There is little more precious than the life of a child. They are wrapped in innocence and are dependent on their guardians. So naturally, money can be made off of them, but some inventions just aren't the best of ideas. We learn that a little peace and quiet is priceless. In our first case, down will come baby. A mother's job is never done. In the 1920s and 30s, that was really no different. However, back then they had slightly different tactics with how they dealt with it. Mothers today, just like yesterday and all days before, were increasingly stressed out by their children, only wishing they could maybe put them safely aside while they went about their daily routine. You see, families fortunate enough to live on a farm in these days had a lot of room to wander around. The land and animals offered a lot of activities, even if it meant just sitting in the yard for a little fresh air. For city dwellers, however, these options didn't exist. A squealing baby didn't have anywhere to go when you lived in a high-rise above bustling city streets. But a woman by the name of Emma Reed in 1922 would offer a unique solution. A way to get rid of frequent distractions and allow the child to get a little bit of fresh air. The invention was referred to as a baby cage, and much like modern air conditioners, it was attached to a window and set up so that the baby could safely be suspended hundreds of feet into the air and out of your hair. But unlike an air conditioner, a baby cage served its purpose through any season. The patent itself claims that the roof is specially designed to keep snow from landing on your baby in the event that you'd like to put it outside to see a blizzard. Needless to say, baby cages became a thing of the past, which can't be said for our next case: house arrest. So say you're not too keen on putting your baby in a cage suspended hundreds of feet into the air. That makes sense. But what do you do then? Children have a lot of energy and enjoy things like running and climbing. But what if the mother needs a bit of alone time and she doesn't want her child destroying everything it touches? Well, naturally, you shackle their ankles together. This invention, known in its patent as an infant restraining device, would allow children to take small steps on their own, but would make running and climbing impossible. Sure, it might not have offered fresh air like the baby cages did, but I have this sneaking suspicion that these devices weren't really made for the child's benefit. Of course, toddlers aren't best known for their skills in coordination or balance, so the baby shackles didn't end up doing as well as it had been hoped. Parents were again forced to supervise their children. Who would have thought that locking a child's ankles together would bring about injury? You might think it's cruel and unusual to subject a child to a device that's commonly used on prisoners. However, you'd be a bit off base. It's actually the other way around. The infant restraining device was patented in 1953, but the patent itself makes reference to it being used as a restraining device for prisoners in 1977, 24 years after it was developed for children. I suppose I'm not being exactly fair. There are plenty of mothers out there who don't want to just get away from their children. In fact, some mothers never want their children to grow up at all. Well, we've got just the thing. Sort of. In our next case, all dolled up. Losing one's baby teeth is an important experience. It's a sign that the child is growing up, and for a lot of mothers, that's worth remembering. Children are often very much pleased with the idea of losing a tooth and forfeit it immediately to a parent so that they might get some money under their pillow from the tooth fairy. While some mothers might just discard the tooth and others might save it in a jar for a while, this invention takes things to the next level. It's a figurine designed to display lost teeth and hair from a child. so that a mother may, in a way, recreate her child's younger years and save its innocence forever in the form of a horrifically creepy doll. Ah, what mothers will do to honor those baby years, but that can't even compare to what we have for our next case. Mommy's leftovers. Sometimes the greatest gift is the one you've made yourself, but you might not know exactly what I'm talking about yet. Teddy bears are perhaps the most well-known toy a child receives, and they often receive it at birth. A first best friend and loyal companion, Teddy is there for the long haul. But some store-bought bear to commemorate the birth of a human into the world? Nah, for some mothers, that's just not organic enough. A man by the name of Alex Green changed this, however. Through a lot of hard, passionate work, he developed a new kind of teddy bear. A teddy bear that wouldn't come from some dusty old department store. A teddy bear that would be a gift from the heart. Or, better yet, the placenta. That's right, this teddy bear here is made out of placenta. Alex Green was shocked that placenta was simply discarded as medical waste when so many women in the world still eat their placenta after birth. So he thought, why not find another use for it? So he invented a kit. The kit would show the mothers how to turn their own home into some kind of twisted Build-A-Bear workshop from hell. It begins by laying out the placenta and cutting it in half. Naturally, it's still moist and jiggly, and you can't very well stitch a teddy bear with that, so you must rub salt into the organ to cure it. After that, you're one step closer to horrifying your teenager when you finally reveal to him what his childhood toy that he constantly stuck in his mouth was actually made out of. After it's properly cured, the placenta is carefully stitched together as directed and filled with rice. It's said to have a texture between leather and suede and is extra bendy. I'm not sure about you, but store-bought is just fine for me. Everyone believes that their mother just might be crazy at some point in their lives, and it just turns out that some of us are right. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Jeff Knight. He's the man who created the new transitions in this episode and the previous episode and more episodes to come. He does incredible work, so I've linked his website down in the description below. Go check out some of the stuff he does. He is a master at his craft. That's all for now. Remember, you may not believe it, but anything is possible in a world so seriously strange. I'm Rob Dyke, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Please show the artist of this series some support by subscribing to her YouTube channel linked in the description below. Also, be sure to click subscribe on screen now to subscribe to my channel, because you won't want to miss what's next.